I had a comment this morning and it stated that how is this deck today? Or I should say word for word, hey, how it looks right now with Bestials and more. So this was the how to deck build deck that I did for Chaos Dragons, and this list really did not age well at all. So the cards that were banned in this were Chaos Ruler and the recent Curious. With the Curious line gone, we're gonna have to definitely really think of how to reroute this deck. So the first things I'm gonna do is take out all that chaos package, and we have options now, but also we are down quite a bit. So the newer options that we have are the Bestials. Bestials are a brand new archetype that was released from Darkwing Blast recently, and I feel like with Bestials being in the game now, it definitely is better because we have so many different options and they are now level 8 and level 6s. They all center around light and dark, and let's see how many we should run. So obviously I want to run the 3 Magnamut with the 2 Druid's Worm, the 1 Sonaria, and sadly triple Lubellion because Lubellion is one of the main boss cards of the deck. Now, we are going to have to trim quite a bit from this list, so I think the first to go would be all the Lightsworn stuff because this list isn't centered around milling anymore since your Chaos Ruler and Curious are banned. This allows us to run 1 Branded Beast and 1 Branded Regain. So we did fill up some of the space here, but also we need to fill quite a bit more on top of that. So one of the cards that people are playing a lot of with the Bestial engine is our lovely friend Beatrice. Beatrice is a Foolish Burial for our deck, and we could really supplement it for a lot of things. So another thing that people are trying to do and test are other type of engines in the deck, like people are running Havanus or Sharon, because the mills are very, very good. But we also have the Ishizu cards that we can use, which of course doesn't show up. We have things like Agito the Ancient Sentinel. We have Mudora, the Sword Oracle. We also have Keldo, the Sacred Protector. And we also have the best one being Kelbeck, the Ancient Vanguard. We have these 4 options for the deck. So those are 4 that we could use. But that means we have to cut a lot from what we have. And then we also have things like a Tearlament engine that we can run, which is Sheeran, Havanus, Reno Heart, Merely, the Fusions, probably Heartbeat, a Scream, their field spell, and probably Crime. But there are too many options to choose for Chaos Dragons, in my opinion. Now, since we do have the Bestials, the black and white dragons, they are still worth it, so... But the Chaos Valkyrie is not. That is one thing to definitely state right here because of that. We also have things like Seyfert. Starleech Seyfert is super useful, and we also have Light and Dark. We have 2 new Light and Dark cards. I'm trying to remember what they are, unless they're not scripted at all. So let's take a look at the not scripted cards real quick. Which, did they take it out? No, they did not. So we also do have Duality and Shadows Light that we can use, but those aren't scripted yet at all. So that is one thing that we're going to have to wait for. Seyfert seems like a better option now because it allows us to swap our Bestials for other Bestials or our Diablos now for a Bestial Lubellion, which is very, very, very great to have. Now, some of the things that we could put back are things like Brotar, maybe, because Omni Dragon Brotar is still a pretty good card. And there are a few cards that I feel like we're going to be cutting. One is 1 Darkest Diablos. Then we also have the Dragon Ravine gone. So there are going to be pieces that we're going to be taking out and putting in. We are still going to run the Minerva, but that's never going to come up, so might as well cut it. But overall, Dragon Link and Chaos Dragons have just changed too much since we have so many cards banned. I could put a Rocket Engine in here, hence cutting probably Effect Veiler. And for the Light Pulsar and Dark Flare Dragon, they're not really needed anymore, sadly. Because we have the Bestial monsters, they do what these guys do, but better. Being spot removals, free bodies, and all that. So, let's put a small rocket engine in. This rocket engine is going to have Striker Dragon, of course, Triple Tracer, that is the one that you're going to need, or we could play two of it if we really wanted to. We also have our Rocket Synchron. We have the Rocket Recharger on top of that. But right now, I feel like Brotar is going to be cut for this. Then we also have the Triple Quick Launch. So this is more looking like Dragon Link than Chaos Dragons. Now, this is the point that I want to make with Dragon decks in the modern day. A lot of it's just going to merge into Dragon Link. And that is the sad part of it. So, with how it's all structured, Chaos Dragon is pretty much no more. Unless you work your way and find how it can end up working. At the end of the day, Chaos Dragons lost pretty much everything that it had. We don't have access to Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss because Chaos Dragons is banned. We also lost access to things like Curious, Alka-Fibrax, and so much more for a deck like this. But the deck can still function if you tutor it more to the side of rockets, because that is one of the filler pieces that we have. And for the last card in the extra deck, I feel like that we're just gonna put something I believe would be Triple Burst Dragon at this point, because we really don't have much of an option. Now, we can also have Borland, because Borland is a nice essential card, and with this, it is a big boss monster that kind of tilts how the deck is played. But let's see what a test hand looks like, and this is pretty much full combo. What I do want to start off with would be a Rocket Recharger, and then we go into Striker Dragon. Usually, if we don't have Boot Sector, that's one thing that we don't want to forget. Because that is our one of field spell that we really do need. Now, I'm not sure about Darkest Diablos right now. It is just here. This is just a, hey, this is what's going on. So we open up Safer, we open up Bestial Lubellion. We can use Lubellion to search out our Magnemite, so we have another option. We're going to normal summon out the Safer. We're going to use 4, tributing off the Safer, and then we go into Black Dragon. We use the Black Dragon to special summon itself out, and we go up into the Striker Dragon. We're going to use the effect of Striker Dragon chain 1 and Black Dragon chain 2. You would probably do it the other way, but there's that. Now, after that, we're going to special summon out our White Dragon, and we really have to work our way. We could also put back the Dragon Ravine for the Absolrouter Dragon, or we could just see how far this can go. So we're going to just banish off for the Magnemite. Magnemite gets the search at the end phase, which is very, very useful. And I definitely have to say, putting the Absolrouter in would definitely help with this whole situation, along with the Dragon Ravine, because we need the spaces, and to cut down on all the clutter, we're gonna have to cut things like Chaos Creator. Even though it's a super good card, we're gonna have to cut one Noctovision Dragon and probably the Darkest Diabolos, which is quite sad in my opinion. So now it's just looking like Dragon Link. This is what Chaos Dragon has pretty much become. So, of course, normal summon the Safer, use 4, tribute off the Safer, grab the Black Dragon. We're going to special summon out the Black Dragon, And we're going to link into Striker Dragon effect, which is that, and Black Dragon. To get the boot sector, we're going to activate the boot sector, and we're going to use the effect to special summon 2 monsters free from our hand. Now, we could pop our Striker Dragon with Rocket Tracer, but we're not going to do that just yet. But I feel like we have to kind of do it. And also, we could play a Barone if we really wanted to. But I think right now, we are going to special summon out our lovely friend, our White Dragon, and then we're going to go into Romulus using Striker Dragon and the White Dragon. Romulus effect to grab Dragon Ravine. We're going to activate the Dragon Ravine, but then we're going to use its effects, discard that, and we can send really anything we want. So we could summon something out like Galactic Spiral Dragon if we want. We could send really almost everything. But at this point, I would definitely do the Spiral Dragon and use its effect since we control 2 or more, and it summons itself out. And now, let's get to where the fun parts are. We're going to use Bystial Magnemite, banishing the White Dragon, summon it, and use its effect to search. Then, after that, we can do a few things if we really wanted to. We can go up into a Pisty, so we can go into a Triple Burst Dragon, which I feel like is the proper point for this. So we go into Triple Burst. We should have went into Pisty first, though. That is a hindsight that I definitely missed, but we do have a Bystial Lubellion in our graveyard. We're going to activate the effect of Rocket Tracer, locking us into Dark Dragons from the, or Dark Monsters from the extra deck, but that's, in my opinion, fine. So we're going to use the effect of Bystial Lubellion, tributing the Magnemite, summoning it off. This is really sloppy, but in my opinion, is it really worth it? Select a card, negate, and we special summon out Rocket Tracer. So we get another material, and you don't point downwards. We can activate the effect, and we get to activate the Bystial effect, and we get to go into IP Masquerena. So, even though it's super sloppy, this is what Chaos Dragons have become. So, I hope you guys did kind of enjoy. Chaos Dragons pretty much just gone, and you could really just cut those, and now you have a Dragon Link list that can still be optimized more. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy, and see you guys in the next video.